So the last section I would like to highlight is the salaries according to the skill. So basically, Dice went down and broke down a lot of different skills within the industry and listed the average salary for someone having this skill. So the first thing that came in first, and I never even heard of this, I just got to be truthful. I had to go and do my Googles, but the top skill that came in was service-oriented architecture, SOA. This came in at roughly $152,026. So this was the number one. And basically, when I had to go and do my Googles, I went through and found out that this is a software design method that uses reusable components to create applications. So, like I said, if you're in the software design realm, if that's you, if you're going down that route, this might be a skill that you want to learn about, or a skill that you may want to pick up, or it may be a skill you're already using. And I just didn't know about it because I'm not in the software world. So I'm mostly in the hardware, networking, things like that. Hands-on, things like that. I'm in that world. I haven't crossed through that software world yet, which I hope to get there soon, but I haven't made that cross yet. And then I'm just going to go down the list and list some of the skills I picked out that I think most of my audience is probably familiar with, and list that some of their average salaries. So I'm just going to go down a quick list here. So starting with cloud computing, roughly came in at $122,796. And then the next thing was Juniper, which came in roughly at $122,749. And then the next one was Splunk, that came in at roughly about $121,944. Then we get the virtualization, which roughly came in at about $119,727. And then we get the Linux. I always say Linux is everywhere. So Linux roughly came in at $119,201. Then we get the Python. Python was roughly about $117,589. And then we get the cybersecurity, which was roughly about $113,997. Then we get to routing, which was roughly about $113,213. Then network information security was roughly about $111,785. And last, I had to put Cisco on there. So Cisco came in roughly at $109,162. So no matter which skill you're going for, a lot of times, once you get that experience, once you get your resume beefy, like one of my homeboys used to say, once you get that skill set, get that resume up, a lot of times you can go in and garner these same average salaries. So it just shows you what is there to reach for. So like I said, if you're just starting out in your career, a lot of times most of us may start out, depending on your area, in that 50,000 range, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. But then you start working your way up to seeing these six-figure numbers. And then one day you'll look back and you'll realize that, damn, I came a long way. So like I said, just some of the things I wanted to highlight from this report. Again, I appreciate the folks at Dice for putting together this report. Looking forward for the one for next year.